And we're live. Hello, my friends. And first question, as always, can you actually hear me? And I need an answer, please, because I changed a couple of settings on my PC. So I'm not quite sure if everything is working. I'm using also my better camera this time. So I hope everything is fine. Okay. So welcome to the stream. Welcome to 30 FPS is crap. That's what we're doing today. And I know not everybody is actually agreeing on that. Okay. But that's how it is. So again, let me know if you can hear me and hopefully see me. I mean, I can see me, so you should be able to see me. And then we talk about this. So first of all, I don't like to just choose GTA as an example, because most likely we will see this game running in 30 FPS on the current gen consoles. Okay, so that's my I think that's what's gonna happen, in my opinion. But maybe we're lucky, and maybe we see a 60 FPS mode. I don't know. Really, I don't know. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me just... I don't know what I'm doing. I think everything should be fine. More like, that's already a good start. Hey, Alexander, 30 FPS, more like 15 to 25. No, I'm very sure that we have at least a very stable 30 FPS mode. I mean, come on, Red Dead Redemption 2, very, very great or stable 30 FPS. I don't like it, but that's how it is. So again, let me know if you can hear me, but I think you can. And I hope we have a great discussion today. Even it's actually not debatable. I don't like 30 FPS at all. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It is not playable for me anymore, and I can't enjoy playing a game. And I'm not talking about Civilization or something like that, you know, or maybe Baldur's Gate 3 on the PlayStation 5 30 FPS mode. You know what? You can enjoy this game because it's not a very fast game, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about Avatar, I'm talking about GTA 6, I'm talking about stuff like that, or even Alan Wake 2. I can't play it in 30 FPS. It doesn't work. And no one, and that's really funny, because some people telling me, oh, you actually since you have a high-end PC or whatever, or since high-end PC playing is available, you can't go back. No, what did they say? But anyway, more like that. So my experience is, I experienced 120 FPS gaming on my OLED TV, and it's very hard actually to go back even to 60 FPS, because there's a big difference. And then we're talking about 30. That's just, oh my goodness. What do you mean? You guys really believe in anything other than Rockstar? What do you mean? I believe in nothing, actually. And I don't trust anyone, especially not gaming studios. That's how it is. I don't know. We shouldn't trust them, because they... No, just wait always for the final product, and then we know. But don't trust their announcements. You know what I mean? It's sometimes not... I mean, Cyberpunk, come on. Or the new game, the Days Gone. No, not Days Gone. Days After, what was just released recently, which is terrible, you know? Do you think a 40 FPS mode could be possible? I don't know, but would be much better than 30 FPS. Absolutely much better. But I don't know, there was never a game from Rockstar Games with 40 FPS mode. No. But it would be possible, of course. I mean, look, not saying it is 100% possible, but if they like to have 40 FPS, yeah, then it would be possible. And it would be even possible if they like to have 60 FPS. But then, of course, maybe the optics are not that great anymore, or the physics and stuff like that in the game. That's something to consider. That's the problem. So if we are CPU bound, then there is not much to improve, to be honest. Absolutely nothing to improve, actually. That's the problem. Okay. do this. Just hang on. I'm just trying to get more people on the stream. Give me a second. What I'm doing here, this is good. So let me know how you actually, do you like playing in 30 FPS? And very important also on what screen actually. On what screen are you playing? Because this is very important, because I found that playing 30 FPS on an LCD screen like this here, where I'm streaming right now, is not as bad as on the OLED screen. Okay, it's still absolutely blurry and not good at all, but it's not too bad. You know, I still don't like it, but okay, so that's done. How much was GTA 5 on the Xbox 360? Like 10? I can't remember, really. I can't remember. I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know. I mean, look, I played games back then with 25 FPS, you know, because in Germany we had PAL, you know, which is 50 hertz. And if a game didn't support 50 FPS, then it was 25 FPS. So it was, but you know, it's back then. Back then, now it's 2023, okay? Okay, but why does I hope you're right, but why don't we don't have then? Yeah, okay. I mean, look, I hope you're right. Absolutely. I mean, GTA 5 has a 60 FPS mode. Of course, when we now it's older the game, much older. But why haven't we seen a 60 FPS update for Red Dead Redemption so far? I don't get this really. This is something I really don't understand. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? Is PlayStation 5, Xbox not powerful enough to play Red Dead Redemption 60 FPS? I don't think so. Yeah, that's one. That's the one. The day before was the trailers and the gameplay material from the developer was like wow, absolutely wow. And just the other day, or maybe yesterday, I watched a stream about this game. It is terrible. Really, it is absolutely terrible. No, this game it was in-game. So not all of the part was in-game, but Digital Foundry already analyzed the trailer and they're pretty sure it's in-game. And the video itself was in 30 FPS on YouTube, not in 60. Whatever that means, you know. That's a little bit weird as well, because if I have 60 FPS material, then it doesn't make sense that I'm uploading a video to YouTube in 30. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, again, so I played 25 FPS and I didn't mind it back then, but now, you know, we have different technology and the TVs are different nowadays. You know, OLED TV is terrible to play with low frame rate. And don't blame the TV. This TV smokes 99% of the LCD screens on the market. That's how it is, probably 100%. You know, LCD is not an option for me anymore after you play with OLED. But what a OLED needs is high frame rate, at least 60 FPS, at least. And if you have ever experienced 120 FPS here, it's hard to go back. That's the problem. It's really hard to go back. I think we will need PlayStation 5 Pro to achieve 60 FPS. Yes. Yeah, let's see when the PlayStation 6 is coming out. Yes, PlayStation 5, sorry. PlayStation 5 Pro. Yeah, unplayable. I wouldn't say unplayable, but it's not enjoyable for me because the whole picture when you walk around, turn around or whatever, it's just blurry, a stuttery mess, and people are always talking about, and what I don't understand, they're calling this fidelity mode. In most of the games, fidelity or graphical mode or whatsoever, there's nothing fidelity about 30 FPS, nothing at all. I don't get this. Because the problem is really you walk around, you strafe or whatsoever, the whole picture starts to stutter, and then you have motion blur on to actually avoid the stuttering or to mitigate the stuttering a little bit. Then the whole picture is blurry. So what is fidel on this on 30 FPS? I don't get this. I wouldn't say it's more important. I would say it's as important as low FPS. Of course, a stable frame pacing. Of course, I agree with you. If you have 120 FPS and the frame pacing is absolutely shit, then it's not good at all. But 30 FPS is 30 FPS. Even if you have perfect frame pacing, you don't get more FPS. It's just not good, to be very honest. And low input lag with 30 FPS is also not a given. 120 FPS has a lower input lag. See, he's also talking, Neku is also talking graphical fidelity, but in combination with 30 FPS, in my opinion, it's not a combination. 30 FPS can't be fidel, or it's not graphical fidelity. It's not. 60 FPS is the minimum because you have just a blurry picture. It's just good for Photoshops or something like that, or a picture photo mode or whatever, if you like to make some pictures. But that's it. Yes, I agree with this one. Where are we? A 40 FPS 120 Hertz mode would be nice. Yeah, that's the absolute minimum. The 40 FPS mode in Ratchet & Clank is really great because it has a very high graphical quality, and 40 FPS is so much better than 30. I couldn't believe this in the first place because it's just 10 FPS more, but it's so much better. I mean, I still prefer 60 or even a higher frame rate, but 40 FPS should be the absolute minimum. What Xbox Series X game has great 60 FPS mode? Gears 5, Forza. There are plenty of games, to be very honest. I mean, even Cyberpunk has a, in my opinion, absolute stable 60 FPS mode. With VRR probably. There are probably some dips at some point, but that's something what you can't avoid. GTA 6 looks really good. I hope it has 60 FPS. It's been 12 years in the making. That's crazy, huh? There's no excuse to have 60 FPS. The problem is we don't know what they actually focused on in the very beginning. So if I don't know if they focused 60 FPS. I don't know. 60 FPS with controller is fine on OLED, but on PC with mouse and keyboard, you need 85 to 100 FPS to feel good. The higher the frame rate, the better on the OLED screen. And 120 FPS is so clear and so sharp. It's unbelievable. It's really so good. And by the way, it's not just about GTA. The topic is that in general, 30 FPS is crap, okay? I just choose GTA 6 as an example because most likely, and I hope I'm completely wrong about that, but most likely we have just a 30 FPS mode. But I just hope I'm so wrong about that. The main problem I see with GTA 6 limited the population density. Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. So it's GPU, it's CPU, not GPU a problem. And FSR3, the problem is you need to have a higher frame rate already to use something like FSR3 or DLSS. So with 30 FPS, it's a very bad base actually to start with FSR3 and DLSS. It doesn't work that good. And again, if you're CPU bound, then there's nothing what can be done with FSR DLSS. What is this? If you have VRR on and the game is 30 FPS, it will be out of sync since the VRR range is 40 to 120 FPS and most OLED, and LFC makes it look choppy when you turn. No, that's not. No, I can't. No, that's not what I'm experiencing. That's not how VRR works. It will be. I mean, look, 30 FPS is choppy, but this is not because of VRR. That has nothing to do with VRR. I mean, that's how it is. It's 30 FPS. And yeah, of course, the VRR range is 40 to 120. I think actually, was it 40 on the Xbox? It's 48 on the PlayStation 5. And LFC, I mean, look, LFC is just a compromise, to have no screen tearing and less stuttering. So 30 FPS is the problem. It's not FF and not VRR or LFC. That's the problem, because VRR and LFC is just working fine, absolutely fine. Yeah, 60 FPS games on console often drop. So that's more a problem with PlayStation 5, in my opinion, because the Xbox has a superior VRR implementation over the PlayStation 5. That's how it is. But also the problem is that most of the games not really supporting VRR. So they're just, so how should I say? So to really support VRR, let's say on the PlayStation 5, you would need to have a 120 Hertz mode. Okay, so first of all, and then they would need to patch something like LFC into the game on the PlayStation 5. On the Xbox, it will just work regardless. You just need to use the 120 Hertz mode on your Xbox and TV. So that's a problem, but that's yeah. But in general, it works actually. It works pretty well if they're doing it correct. If you play 30 FPS games, do you prefer to play it with LG True Motion on or off? So I made this video about Zelda and True Motion on the LG OLED TV, and it's just amazing how the game looks like when you turn this on. It's absolutely amazing. It's so sharp and no stuttering, nothing. So just watch my video. It's absolutely wow, a complete new game. It's amazing. But the problem is input lag is like crazy. And Zelda, maybe it's you can play this, yeah, but other games, it's even Zelda, of course, it's something which needs a low input lag, but it's manageable. Let's say it like this. But with other games like GTA, when you have to drive and whatever, no way that you can play this, in my opinion. No way. Unfortunately not. Now that I think about it, I think it will be 30 at first if they actually show that many people in the game. So maybe it's a CPU problem at the end, in my opinion. That's why. But let's see. It's hard to say. So again, it's not just about GTA today. It's about the fact that 30 FPS is crap. That's what I'm saying. And the problem what I'm having is that we get now more demanding games. So let's take just quickly Avatar, the latest game. Not sure if you have played this on the console so far. It does look really good on the console in the 60 FPS mode. Yes, we have dips below even 40 FPS, I think, on the Xbox, but VRR can take care about this and stuff like that. It is looking really, really good. And I'm very sure with a little bit more optimization, you can have a more stable 60 FPS mode. So what else? So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, probably it's like a little bit not fair to compare, because we have Avatar with okay, there are a lot of moving parts. They're using some part of, or some ray tracing effects even in the performance mode and stuff like that. So it is a great looking game. That's what else do we need? You know what I mean? I mean, we haven't seen GTA 6 how it looks like. We have just seen a trailer where we assuming that this is in-game. We don't know anything. Okay, we don't know anything. I mean, the trailer runs in the background, and sorry, it's a little bit blurry because we're focusing on my pretty face here. But it looks really good. The trailer looks absolutely fantastic. If this game runs in 60 FPS with this quality, I would be absolutely surprised, to be very honest. Absolutely surprised. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I have a bad feeling we have just a 30 FPS mode. And maybe with the PlayStation 5, we get an update. Maybe. So, and if you have a question, regardless of what, just put a Q in front of the comments, and I'm very happy to answer your questions if I can. Yeah, that's what I hope as well. A 40 FPS mode probably would be a great compromise, to be very honest. I mean, GTA 6 is not like a first-person shooter, okay? But the problem is with the driving. I always had problems, even with GTA 5. It feels a little bit sluggish. You know what I mean? Maybe just my opinion. And again, we don't know how GTA 6 will play. We have no idea, but that's what I have had in mind. You know what I mean? So that's why higher frame rate would be better. Is it really only 30? We don't know. But I have a bad feeling. Let's say it like this. I have a bad feeling, and yeah. How many inches? It's 65. 65. I know it looks small, but it's 65. I'm far away at the moment from the TV, actually. Andrew Tate and Elon Musk hates and against to play GTA 6. What do you mean? They don't like GTA 6? They don't need to. I'm not the biggest fan of this Andrew Tate as well. I like Elon. Anyway, it's gonna be at the lowest settings, locked 30 FPS on a next-gen console. It's not next-gen consoles anymore, okay? The current gen. Because when we're now talking about next-gen consoles, I'm already thinking of a PlayStation 5 Pro. But you're right. You're right. Come on. I mean, I said this so many times. We have a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series for a really great price, in my opinion. It can't compete against a high-end PC. And that's also not the point. Because we have a complete different price range. The problem was what I just have is that we are not moving away from the 30 FPS. All what we're doing is increasing graphical quality instead of moving finally to 60 FPS and leave this bloody 30 FPS behind. And then working on 60 FPS around with graphical fidelity or whatever you want to call it. That's what I like to have. Not the highest possible graphic, and then when you don't move your character, say, oh my god, can you see the leaf on the tree? This is so so sharp and details, and then you move your character and you can't see the tree anymore because of motion blur and stuff like that. So I don't get this. Really, I don't get this. Doesn't make sense to me. Or I'm wrong about this. If you're still getting games like this only being able to be at 30 FPS, what was the point of the PS5 and Xbox Series? Nah, it's not a cash grab. They're increasing the graphical quality. Of course, higher resolution, more details, better shadow, ray tracing, and stuff like that. I'm not denying this. But again, 30 FPS is destroying the whole picture. That's what I'm saying. So I rather have picture quality or a details or visual quality like in Days Gone on the PlayStation 4 with the PlayStation 5 patch or whatsoever, what do you want to call it? 60 FPS, perfect 60 FPS. It looks fantastic, this game. Or Ghost of Tsushima. It looks absolutely fine. Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 5 looks absolutely fantastic. So why not having this graphical quality? And now, of course, with more optimization and whatsoever, we can a little bit improve this. But we have a stable 60 FPS experience. What is the problem? I think I heard something that it has a much bigger map than GTA 5, but maybe someone else can answer this question. Now, VRR works with a 60 FPS mode, but LFC can't work, low frame rate compensation. So the problem is PlayStation 5 is terribly designed, in my opinion, around with the, not designed, the software solution from Sony is just terrible. Because first of all, what PlayStation would need to do is to offer a toggle switch where it can change between 60 and 120 Hertz. That's the first thing, like Xbox. And then you would need to have LFC supported on hardware level, which is also not the case with the PlayStation 5. It's the case with the Xbox. So VRR works with 60 FPS, but just in a range of 60 to 48 frames on the PlayStation 5. That's not a big range at all. It's better than nothing, don't get me wrong, but it's not a big range. 40 at best. 40 would be fine. I would not be absolutely happy about 40 FPS, but it's fine. Okay, better than 30. Final Fantasy 16 on performance is so stuttery compared to 30 FPS mode with motion blur off. Of course, no. Yeah, okay. With VRR is a little bit better, but I proved this already in one of my videos that Final Fantasy 16 is dropping a lot below the 48 FPS range, and that's when you have stuttering on a PlayStation 5. I hope the HDR is good in this game. Red Dead Redemption was very bad. So I'm still working on my Red Dead Redemption analyze video. I have installed the game. That was the first step. And I'm going to review the game with my tools, what I have to really find out what's the story behind HDR to see what's going on. Okay. So, but I'm probably next week. Okay. I have the video ready. Absolutely. Arith, not sure how to pronounce this. True motion with fast-paced games are not recommended. Absolutely, it's just the input lag is way too high. But I have to say the True Motion solution on Samsung TV, which is not True Motion, they're calling it Motion Plus, something like that, is really, really great, absolutely fantastic. And I'm playing Diablo 4 on my Samsung S95C with this Motion Plus set to on, and the picture compared to on and off, it's almost like day and night in terms of how sharp the picture gets, how clear the picture is when you move. It's unbelievable. And the input lag for Diablo 4, I can't find a difference. Absolutely not. So Samsung has a really great motion insertion, whatever you want to call this feature. But I have to admit, again, watch my Zelda video where I try the True Motion feature on the LG G2. It's wow. The game is so sharp. It's unbelievable. You really think you play a 120 FPS game. I'm not kidding. You move or strafe with the character, and everything what is moving is absolutely sharp. But the problem is the input lag is like, I don't know. I'm just saying here 2 seconds. No, it's not 2 seconds, but you get my point. It's almost unplayable, to be honest. Almost. Yeah, okay. I mean, Final Fantasy 16, maybe it's a, don't get me wrong, it's more a button smasher, and I'm not quite sure how accurate you actually need to smash the buttons. But I dare you to play a racing game with True Motion on the LG OLED TV. It's not possible. Or Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. It doesn't work. The GTA 6 is going to last for many years, so now hardware will be capable. Yeah, of course. So we need to be very honest here, of course. The PC version, when it comes out maybe a year later, 2 years later, or maybe we're lucky and we get PC version at the very same day. I don't believe this, but anyway, PC version will smoke the console version. There's no doubt about that. And that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine, because you pay 5-6 times more for your GPU than for the whole PlayStation. So you can expect much better quality. You should expect much better quality. Maybe GTA 6 will have an exclusive 60 FPS mode on PlayStation 5 Pro. Let's see. Maybe we get a bundle. So when is GTA 6 coming out? 2025, correct? When is PlayStation 5 Pro coming out? Next year, probably. So they're not releasing it would be ups. Oh my God. Can you imagine if they're releasing GTA 6 along with the PlayStation 5 Pro? Oh my goodness. They would sell like crazy. 30 FPS is okay until you play 60 FPS. Yeah. 60 FPS is okay until you play 80. 80 is, I agree. Look, 60 FPS is fine. I can enjoy the games absolutely, but I fully agree with you. When you look, even with the same graphical settings, when I play Alan Wake 2 here on my LG OLED TV or the Samsung in 60 FPS, and then you switch to 120 FPS, and you don't have fixed 120, or at least not with my 4080, but you have between, let's say, 70, 80, 90 FPS. That's already a step up. You can see this on an OLED screen. It's so much sharper. It's absolutely fantastic. Can you give us an example how you can tell of FPS drops when it starts stuttering? That's how you can tell. So if you have 60 FPS and you strafe around, you move around, and everything is fine, and suddenly you have maybe screen tearing or some stuttering, that's when the FPS drops. So without VRR enabled, of course. Starfield has been on the making for like 20 years, and I think it's stuck at 30 FPS, so GTA might be the same. I mean, look, I played I have to, so 20 years is crazy because that's my opinion, but it's not good as Starfield is not good as a game what is in development for 20 years. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's just my opinion. 20 years is ridiculous, you know. I'm not even talking about the 30 FPS because that's maybe really a design decision, or I mean, come on, 20 years ago they didn't know for what system they're actually developing. How does this work? How does it work? You know, just at the end, you know, they're thinking about probably about performance and stuff like that. But then they have put so many stuff in where they say, oh, on the current machine speed, we can't just run with 30 FPS. It's not possible. So it's PlayStation and Microsoft's fault that Starfield and GTA 6 will not run with 60 FPS. Most likely not with 60 FPS. Okay, I get back to you if this is not the case. I hope so as well, and I hope that the 60 FPS is not too much of a downgrade. But I mean, look, I would be fine with 1440p dynamic resolution, something like that. You know, it's fine. GTA has a track record of not downgrading its graphics seen in the trailers. Okay, that's good. That's actually good. Yeah, I hope not that GTA 5 will release in 2025. I think you mean 2026 at GTA 6, but World will end in 2025. Okay, that's okay. That's okay with me. Why not? I was here long enough. Even Red Dead Redemption runs 30 FPS on console. Yes, but that's what it was never designed for PlayStation 5 or Xbox. And we have to say, so on the Xbox 360, no, not 360, the one before Series X, runs the game with native 4K and 30 FPS. So don't tell me that now the Series X can't run a game with 60 FPS. I don't believe that. So this is what I don't understand. Why they're making a remaster, whatever you want to call this, from this game? It would sell like crazy or not? I would buy it, absolutely. But probably, I don't know. I don't know why Rockstar is not doing that. What's the problem? The performance mode will use FSR 2. I'm not that's the problem. I'm not, you know, FSR is really, I tried it a couple of times. So I compared FSR with DLSS in Forspoken on the PC. And look, just in this game, FSR is just crap. Full stop. It is not as good as DLSS. That's why I have not much hope on FSR 1, FSR 2. FSR 3 might be different, but I haven't seen so much actually from FSR 3, to be very honest. But it's not a real game changer when you're stuck in the CPU limit. That's the problem. If GTA is launching on Series S, then I'm pretty sure that might add 60 FPS on PS5. Yeah. So now Baldur's Gate is on Xbox. And have you heard about this? The guy forgot to announce actually that it got released on the day the Game Show Award. You know, they forgot to tell people that it gets released. That's really cool. So, but it's not available on the Xbox Series S, correct? It's not available, just on the X. When do you think? I have no idea, really. No idea. I mean, 2025, I really don't know. Really, I don't know. it's how can I know this? I don't know if it's a good idea to release a game for Christmas. I don't know. Probably not GTA 6. That's not a Christmas game, but anyway, I don't know. Really, I hope in the middle of the year. You know, I don't think in the very beginning or in the first quarter. I don't think so. But I hope not in the last quarter. But anyway, I don't know. It's hard to say. Hello, Justin. How are you? You can see with your eyes when the FPS drops. Yeah, I can see this as well, and it's not nice. So Avatar has a lot of frame drops without VRR enabled, but it's still I still think it's a very good looking game. And on the PC, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I have not expected this, to be very honest. I was not expecting this. I started the game on the PC because I got the code a little bit earlier, and I played, and there was at some point this storm, and I was like, oh my god, this is unbelievable. And the game still runs with 60, 70 FPS with my 4080 with full max settings. This is really amazing. They made hype that the console can make it 8K. I mean, they can output 8K, or they never said they can play games in 8K. We have the Tourist, which I think plays in 8K. Was it 6K? Something like that? Can't remember. There's an unofficial patch. Yeah, I heard about this. But I mean, that's very unofficial, you know. So I can run. It's just, you know, they can make so many more games, you know, just patch them up to 60 FPS. I don't understand this, you know. And why am I not getting finally a Jack and Dexter game? In every stream, I'm asking for a new Jack and Dexter game, or at least a remake, remaster, whatever you wanna call it. Maybe a remaster would be nice, you know, from Jack and Dexter 1. 120 FPS mode, little bit better graphics and stuff like that. Thank you very much. That's what I need. Maybe the Pro version of PS5 and Series X might, but if these console don't come out, it seems unrealistic. Yeah, I mean, but PlayStation 5 Pro version, I'm expecting this actually really next year. PlayStation 5 Pro. No, Rockstar has not confirmed anything apart from that it's gonna be released 2025. This happens all the time. 60 FPS standard and slowly goes back to 30. Consumer want graphics. So, but again, graphics for me is the whole package. If a game runs with 30 FPS, I would not consider this as a good graphic. So sorry for that. It's not. That's why my Avatar video, my performance breakdown video, whatever you call it, I didn't do anything about 30 FPS. I don't want to do this anymore. 30 FPS for me is not playable. And what is the point of having a side-by-side comparison from a 60 FPS and a 30 FPS mode with when I'm standing around, when I'm not playing? You know, to compare details. It doesn't make sense. Of course, the 30 FPS mode has better resolution, higher texture quality, better shadows or whatsoever. Of course, but you're not playing the game. You're just looking at a bloody tree, which now is much, much higher resolution and looking much better in 30 FPS. But as soon you move, you can't see shit anymore. You know, that's what I don't understand. So what's the point? As long a game has no shimmering and aliasing, like we have seen in Horizon Forbidden West in the very, very beginning, I would always go for the 60 FPS mode. There's no doubt about that. It can't be that crazy like in reduction of resolution that I would not want to play the game in 60 FPS. This is what I don't understand. So either, and this is what I'm experiencing and what I really believe. So many people, and don't get me wrong, and I'm very maybe this sounds very, very wrong now, but get a new TV, get a new LCD screen, okay? Buy a new monitor. Because of course, when you play a game on your old shitty 10, 15 years LCD screen, it's shit. Sorry to say this. That's how it is, you know? On an LCD screen like this here, and I say it again, I played 30 FPS games, okay? Because I'm doing all my performance testing on this computer and whatsoever. And because of LCD, because of the pixel response time, it plays better, it feels better than on the OLED TV. It's absolutely blurry when you move, but you don't need to have a motion blur on because the screen is already doing this for you. That's the point. On the OLED screen, the pixel response time is so fast, almost instant, that you see all the fine stuttering, the nice annoying stuttering. That's why you need motion blur to actually smooth it a little bit out. And with motion blur, everything gets absolutely blurry. So what is the graphical quality or fidelity in a 30 FPS game? I ask you again, why is it called fidelity mode? Why is it called graphical mode? Just because we have a higher resolution? It's not fidel. There's no fidelity in 30 FPS blurry picture. That's how it is. Sorry. And again, if you have questions, put a Q in front, then I know that you have a question. And we're not just talking about GTA, we're not just talking about 30 FPS if you want. I'm here open for everything, okay? Not for everything, almost everything, okay? Let me just read through the comments. I hope they will not focus on 8K in the future. Yeah, that's the next PlayStation 6 or PlayStation 5 Pro. Then we have 8K gaming in 25 to 30 FPS. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's ridiculous. There's no point to focus on 8K. There's no point. How many 8K TVs are out there? We have some. How many? But how many LCDs monitors actually using 8K? Is there any LCD screen? Gaming monitor, what you can use for gaming? I don't think so. Is there? What do you hope to see in future console hardware? I mean, look, console hardware is always the main aspect from console hardware is it must be affordable for a lot of people, okay? So, of course, they can put in PlayStation 6, they can put a 4090 in, okay? Let's say like this, the PlayStation 6 comes out in let's say 4 years. I don't know. They can put a 4090 in from the same quality, but it would cost a lot of money. I'm not even talking about then, but still you have a 6090 already on the PC. You get my point? They can make a console as powerful as a high-end PC. There's no technical limitation. It's about this. You can't afford it then anymore. Or are you going to buy a PlayStation or Xbox which costs $2,099? Sorry, that's a little bit much to ask. That's the problem. It's not a problem. The consoles are not made to compete with high-end PCs. Never ever. And that's what many people don't understand. Again, I paid for my 4080 3 times more than for the whole PlayStation 5, just for one graphic card. I'm expecting a lot more for my PC than for my PlayStation 5. But some people, they forget about this, It's not even comparable, in my opinion. I'm getting this so often, this question. Unbelievable. Amazon. And you know what? I'm looking this up for you. I should make actually a video just about my lamps. You know how often I'm getting this comment, not just in live streams, everywhere, where I'm getting my lamps from. So wait. I'm just quickly checking my Amazon. And I will... Oh my God, what was the name from this? Must be my orders, huh? So, but be careful because I bought more two separate lamps for this. So I have 4 actually, then I bought another 2 for the living room, but I bought from a different seller, and they are crap. They're absolutely crap. They're not good at all. So give me a second. I have no idea. Just hang on. I will put this in the comment section, the link. When did I buy this? When did I buy this? Was it this year or was it last year? Here we are. Okay, give me a second. I put the link in, and this is exactly what I bought here, and I'm actually quite happy. They're just $60 now. Oh, maybe I should buy them and replace it with the other. Now, anyway, so where is my StreamYard here? Let's put this in the comment section. So that's the link. I hope the link is working. Okay, Fendera, look in the comment section. There should be the link. Hello from France. Hello, how are you? How's the weather over there? Is it cold, snowy? I think so. I saw the pictures from Germany. It's 50 centimeters or 60 centimeters of snow. Snow, of course, not Schnee. And it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. I think it will be 30 FPS on current consoles. If it's GPU limitation, then we might get a 60 FPS mode on PlayStation 5 Pro. Yes. So do we know anything about PlayStation 5 Pro? Maybe that's a topic for another stream. Do we know anything about PlayStation 5 Pro? And not, I'm talking about official stuff, not what some YouTubers or streamers or whatsoever think it would be, okay? It is real HDR from a point of view that it is 10-bit, okay? So Starfield has no real HDR. It's 8-bit SDR outer HDR, okay? Red Dead Redemption has 10-bit real HDR, okay? So far for that. So it's real HDR. It's probably not the best implementation in terms of HDR, but I will find out soon with the tools what I have now. I will revisit Red Dead Redemption because it's worth it. It's still one of the best games, you know, in my opinion, in terms of gameplay, in terms of all this stuff. What console has the best HDR? There's no difference. There's no difference between PlayStation 5 or Xbox or PC. There's no difference. That's depending on the developer. No Xbox or PlayStation or console has advantage in HDR. And we're not starting about Dolby Vision. Dolby Vision is dead. Dolby Vision gaming is just dead. Slow CPU in consoles. The serial console has great CPU. Yeah, not compared to PC. That's the problem. So that's why you see Starfield just running in 30 FPS. That's why. Do you will review Final Fantasy 16 HDR performance? When will it come next year? Oh yeah, maybe. I mean, performance. What can you know? That's always the problem with performance review on the PC. I can review it on my PC, which has a 4080. So what does this say? That you can run it with 60 FPS on a 4080. So there's not much to review. It's more important or more interesting on the consoles, in my opinion. But HDR shouldn't be different, to be very honest. It shouldn't be, because they're just porting the game. They're not doing something new, but maybe they're improving it, because it was not the best. Yeah. Chat, absolutely correct. I had no problem with 30 FPS until I got a taste of 60 FPS. All the 30 FPS hurts a lot more on an OLED. Yeah, absolutely correct. And I like to repeat myself if maybe more people tuned in now. Playing on a LCD screen, a 30 FPS game is a complete different experience than on an OLED screen. That's how it is. And that's why I understand and I learned over the time with Horizon Forbidden West in the very beginning. This game was terrible in the performance mode. Okay? Terrible. And I was speaking from my experience on my OLED TV. Okay? And over the time, I realized something, that many people, because when I watched my videos, what I created to compare actually always the patches, you know, I saw clearly the issue on my OLED TV. As soon I watched this very same video on my LCD screen, because of the pixel response time, it looked different. You can't see that much of a shimmering anymore, because shimmering is very quick. Very quick. It's shimmering very quick. It's flickering, you know. So, but the LCD screen is not fast enough to show you the whole issue. and it looks much better, the game, in the very beginning, Horizon Forbidden West, before all the patches. It looked much better on an LCD screen, and looks absolutely worse on an OLED screen. And that's when I realized that I need to be careful when I'm saying something like, "Oh, the game looks like crap." I need to say where or why it looks like crap, you know? And yeah, the same with HDR. That's the same with HDR. Many people saying HDR in Cyberpunk is broken, looks washed out. I can't say this at all. Yes, we have raised HDR black level rays, as in many other games, but it's just 0.05 nits. That's actually really not much. Even you have just a very light or very dark ambient light on, it's already much more than 0.05 nits. That means you are not able to see this increase actually. Okay? But HDR in Cyberpunk is on an absolute fantastic level. That's how it is. Okay? If you think HDR in Cyberpunk looks washed out, then I'm very sorry for that. It must be your monitor. Absolutely. That's how it is. So again, if you have a question, put a Q in front. And I can't beat up with the comments here. So again, if you have something you'd like to say, then just repeat it. And of course, it's so much easier if you put us what's the name? A super comment in or whatever, like here, Philip, where is it? See, I can't come up with, sorry, so many comments at the moment. I'm very sorry if I missed something. I'm very sorry. And thank you very much, by the way, for joining, and thank you very much for all the great comments. I'm just trying to go through all this. No worries. You're very welcome. A bookshelf and a lamp. Yes, absolutely. I like it. And it wasn't that expensive. I think I have to make a video about my lamp. Really, I have to make a video. What is this? Hi, Gaming Tech. I have a 6700 XT and it's been stuttering, but when I turn DS4 Windows off, what is, I don't get it. What is DS4? Or when I turn DS4 Windows off, it's more smooth. I don't know what this is about, to be very honest. What game? DS4? I really don't know. Sorry. What is this here? FSR 3 is coming to console with frame generation. We'll probably scale GTA 6 to 60 FPS. Of course, there will be a big input lag. Okay. Yeah, we have to see. We have to see. I don't know. It would be nice to have a 40 FPS mode, yeah, but unfortunately that would be only available to people with 120 Hz displays. Yes, that's correct. But you also need to say that more and more TVs, and almost all the TVs now supporting 120 Hz, and you have so much more LCD screens with even a higher refresh rate. So best HDR TV for gaming, so LG G3 or S95C. That's what I think. So I name both because I never owned the LG G3, but I saw the G3 side by side with the S95C. And the main reason I went with the S95C is really reflection handling and the panel quality. The panel in terms of dirty screen effect, okay? So it's just way better. But LG has also advantage with the fine-tuned dark area setting and stuff like that. So it's up to you. They're both absolutely great TVs. Hello, Philip. I love your channel. You helped a lot with HDR settings, and I agree 30 FPS is not playable for me 2023. Thank you very much. I agree with you absolutely. Some people can see difference between 1080p and 4K. I can say, what's the point? I want 8K. Okay. I mean, there's a difference. If you have a screen and you watch 4K or you have two screens, one 4K, one 8K, and you have material for 8K, there's clearly a difference. Don't get me wrong. But yeah. Thank you very much, Philip. You're from Switzerland. Thank you very much. You had a question, but maybe this was your question here. He said, thank you very much. Or is this one your question? My LG CX have some dead pixel. I have them too. Yes. On the border, yes, the same. It's the same with me. So don't even bother. So that's how it is, unfortunately. You know, on the borders, I have a couple of dead pixels. You know, just on the borders. I checked the whole screen just on the borders. Okay. So in the very beginning, I had actually a red pixel, stuck pixel, a red one on the S95C. And the problem is, it's gone now. It's gone, and now it's working. I don't know why, but anyway, thanks God it's gone, because I was able to see it actually all the time. Because when you know where it is at some point and you have the right or wrong background, you can see the bloody stuck pixel. It was driving me crazy. But that's how it is, you know. Don't bother. I have the same dead pixel around the border. It's not a big deal, because there are just a couple of, and they're around the borders, so not a big deal. Hey Lemmy, how are you today? GTA 6 wird mit 120 Hertz in echtem 4K kommen, weil es schon direkt für die PlayStation 5 Pro fit gemacht wird. Okay, das wäre natürlich saugeil. Also, Lemmy says GTA 6 will come with 120 Hertz and real 4K. I mean, real 4K, I don't believe it. Even PS5 Pro will not be able to handle this game with real 4K. But to be very honest, it's not necessary to have really 4K for a console. It's nice, but we need to consider the price range, okay, from the consoles. That's the point. So again, if you have a question, put a Q in front of the comment, because then it's much easier for me to actually see the question. Or put a super chat in if you like to, because then is this actually real English then? It's more easier, or it's even more simple to see the comment? I don't know. I'm still learning, okay? I'm still learning. What is this here? Play Red. Hey, if GTA 6 on PlayStation 5, I will wait for PC version. I will never go back to 30 FPS. So the problem what I have is, I like to play this game, and I don't know when a PC version will be available. So how was it with GTA 5 console and then PC? How many years, and I'm very sure we're talking about years, how many years had PC player to wait before they can actually play it? How many years? I really don't know. I seriously don't know. But we're not talking about months, we're talking about years, I think. Yeah, no problem. I have no questions, only support your work. Thank you very much. Really, thank you very much, Philip. My 6700 has been stuttering. I've now, when I turn DS4 Windows off. No, I really don't know. What is DS4 Windows? What is DS4 Windows? So I don't know what is DS4 Windows. DS4 Windows off. I really don't get this. You need to help me, guys, here. Oh, that's. Do you think HDR10 Plus is broken in CP and Cyberpunk? No, it's not broken. It's just that it's not implemented as it should be, in my opinion. It's the same story probably with Dolby Vision on the Xbox games. It's just supported, but it's not used as it can be. And you saw my video. It was clearly HDR10 Plus gaming on the Samsung S95C. I never seen this before, because there is no other game. So this is the first game. Yeah, that's actually really the first game which supports officially now HDR10 Plus. But it is not. It's not mastered around HDR10 Plus. That's the problem. It's like Dolby Vision on the Xbox. You can use it, but don't expect any difference. That's how it is, unfortunately. So it's working, but it's not using the full benefits, you know? Not even one benefit, actually. It connects your P. Okay. Now I get it. Sorry, buddy. I didn't get this. Okay, so as soon you close this, it's not stuttering anymore. That's absolutely weird because I can't help you with that because first of all, I'm not using my PlayStation 5 controller. So what if you use the PS5 controller in native supported games like Ratchet and Clank? Because then you just really need to connect it with a USB cable. And Ratchet and Clank supports the PlayStation 5 controller natively. You don't need any additional software. Is it then working? Or is it really this software? I mean, yeah, he's saying it's closing. He's closing the software and then it's not stuttering. So, but I really don't know. I'm not using this type of software. Is there maybe an upgrade, for the software update? Try this. I really don't know. Sorry. Gaming tech. Will Ryzen 7000 or will run How do I know? How do I know? I don't know. And I would actually say no. To be very honest, the 3700, that's the CPU I gave to my little one, actually to my older one. I'm not using the 3070 anymore. It was a great CPU, but it's an old CPU. So I'm talking about GTA 6 on the PC so it will be released in 2025 on the console. And if Rockstar Game is doing what Rockstar Games is doing, then we will see GTA 6 in a year, 2 years later on the PC. So no, it will not run the game in 60 FPS, I'm pretty sure. The 3700 is not good anymore then. Sorry for that. Oh, I missed that. I'm very sorry. Kiob901, thank you very much for the super chat. There's so much going on today. I'm very sorry. So if I miss something, then just repeat it. I will find it. Thank you very much. I'm just tired of console getting games like GTA 6 first. PC gaming very popular and profit. Yeah, I don't understand. So maybe it's a resource thing, that they focusing on the console version first. And then, but what is so? Why does it take so long to port a game? I don't get it. And on the other hand, the consoles nowadays, they are PCs, slightly different, but more or less the same hardware or not. So I don't get it. I fully agree with you. So personally, I play games on a PC now, okay? Because you get the high-end TV. You like to have higher frame rate. And of course, I bought a 4080. Why should I play, let's say, Alan Wake 2 on a PlayStation 5, where you have a lot of shimmering, a lower resolution and stuff like that? Why should I play this game when I have also the option to play it on the PC? So that's my take. But that's because I can afford a PC. It's still a great looking game on the PlayStation 5. But I get you. It should be released on the PC as well at the very same time. But I don't know why. I don't know if this is a resource issue that Rockstar Games, how many employees do they have? So again, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Been a console gamer all my life, but earlier this year I bought my first PC with which is a 4090. Oh, you bloody yeah. I'm starting to regret that I just bought a 4080. I really start to regret. Not because of it was just a money decision because back then. Because the 4090 cost $1,000 more. And we need to take this into relation. So $1,800. That's what I paid for my 4080. Okay. I would need to pay $2,800 for a 4090. How can I explain this to my wife? That I have to pay $3,000 for one piece in my computer. There's no way. No way. It's ridiculous. But I regret it now because games like Avatar, and don't get me wrong, the 4080 is a great card, but of course 4090 has a little bit more resources. You can play with even higher frames and don't need to, yeah, no, I get it. The graphical quality between a high-end PC and a console is in most of the games like day and night. Okay, absolutely. Most games, because when you played Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 5 and you played the very same game on the PC, I would actually say it's not like day and night. It looks better on the PC with full settings and stuff like that. But it's not that far away, to be honest. And I'm not even sure if they actually fixed the texture problem on the PC version, because in the very beginning I couldn't use texture quality higher than medium settings because it was just stuttering all the time. And the problem is that PlayStation 5 had, in comparison, high or very high settings. So I was just able to play the game on the PC with a lower graphical quality than on the console. I'm not quite sure if this is actually resolved. I don't have so much time to play nowadays. That's really, really bad. Really, really bad. Hello, Christy. No worries. We just started an hour ago. All good, buddy. So we haven't started the party without you. Okay? We waited, actually. So now Chris is here. We can now start, people. Get the titties out. Get here tea. Okay? Because we're watching Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto. Oh my God. The first part. Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto 1 or just Grand Theft Auto? Unbelievable. It's not comparable anymore. And I don't even know, was it on what platform was it? I can Google, but I'm very lazy now. I'm very lazy at the moment. Do you think next Switch or Nintendo will have HDR? Poor. I don't think so, to be honest. They're focusing on gameplay, which is absolutely fine. And I'm going to get the new Super Mario game, Super Mario Wonders. I'm going to get this. Not to make videos or whatsoever, just for me personally, to play a little bit, maybe with my kids. But I don't think it will have HDR, to be very honest. I don't think so. Would you recommend me to get GTA 5 on my PC with my 67 GPU or PlayStation 5? I'm not recommending anything because we don't even know when GTA 6 is coming out for PC. We have no idea. So how can I recommend something? It doesn't work. And even then, your 67 XT GPU is probably also not the best way to play the game, Probably better than PlayStation 5, slightly, depending on your CPU, of course, as well. But it's also outdated GPU then when the game will be released. The same with the 4080. I'm not expecting much from my 4080 with GTA 6 on the PC because, again, it can be released 2025 or maybe 2027. So I'm very sure I have already a different GPU in my PC in 2027. I'm very sure about that. Yeah, I really hope that Switch 2 supports HDR, but I think they don't care. So do we have any specs for the Switch 2? Any? I know they're having NVIDIA, huh? They're using NVIDIA. So they're using DLSS, correct? Which, in my opinion, is the better solution at the moment. But again, we would need to see more FSR3 games. Took 1 year for GTA 5. So, okay, if Rockstar game is continuing the tradition, then we have GTA 6 on a PC in 2026. Oh my goodness, that's a long time. What was your game of the year for you? So also Baldur's Gate. Very, very sure. I played this game for several hours and then I stopped at some point because I was just too busy with other stuff. And the problem is with Baldur's Gate, it's not a game what you just play for half an hour quickly. It doesn't work like that because then you have to continue playing and you have to learn a lot. And that's the great thing. I really love turn-based strategy and role-play game. Absolutely, I'm a big fan of that. So it's my game of the year, Baldur's Gate 3. So I was not surprised that Baldur's Gate actually won. I was surprised that actually not. To be very honest, without being here or getting into console bashing or whatsoever, but I was not surprised that Spider-Man 2 did not win anything, to be very honest. For me, it's a good-looking game. Visual quality is really great and stuff like that, but there's nothing outstanding in this game, to be very honest. It's a solid game, but that's it. That's my opinion. Just my opinion, okay? So Baldur's Gate truly deserved the award, in my opinion. What do we have here? Sorry. Again, if you have a question, put a Q in front, and then I know exactly what's going on. One good thing about 8K screen is that we could use 300 scaling windows for amazing text clear. Okay. I'm not even kidding. On my 4-screen monitor here, when I'm doing a working from home, I'm not using any scaling because I need so many windows open actually at the same time that I have now a 4K 32-inch monitor, no scaling, and I have in every corner a window open or document or whatsoever. Yeah, it's okay. It's readable, but because of LCD screen, perfect texture quality or clarity. But DS4 connects. No. The PlayStation 5 controller is now supported by Windows 11. I'm pretty sure about that. You don't need to have any external software. But Steam. I'm talking about Steam games. Steam has now native support for the PlayStation 5 controller, and I'm not quite sure if this if the game must support the PlayStation 5 controller or Steam can use now the PlayStation 5 controller in all the games. So maybe someone can actually answer this question. But you don't need any. That's that's when I tried it last time. Yeah, absolutely. I tried it. I'm pretty sure you don't need to have any additional software for Windows 11. I'm pretty sure. So maybe you're not on Windows 11. I'm not quite sure about that, of course. Can you please tell me what is the appropriate slider for Windows HDR calibration on the S95C? Hello, Banda. I don't know what you mean. You're talking about Windows HDR calibration appropriate slider. Are you talking about this SDR HDR conversion slider thing? You're talking about this where you can make the desktop brighter and darker? Because then the answer is it's up to you what you prefer more. So this slider, what this is doing is changing SDR content in the HDR output. Okay, so that's all what it is doing. As soon you have a native HDR or outer HDR game, this slider doesn't work anymore. Okay. Everything PlayStation 5 Pro. How are you? How is it going, buddy? I'm very good. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you very much. I wish you the same. Hope you have a great weekend as well. So weekend here is already over because it's Sunday, 10 p.m. So it's over. It's gone. Okay. It was a good weekend. A lot of rain here in Australia, Adelaide, but that's how it is. Okay, here. GTA 5 was 2013 on consoles and 2015 on PC. So 2 years later, something like that. So that's why I can't recommend anything. The First Descendant is the first game to officially support HDR10+. Yeah, but it's not out yet. Or? So there was the beta gameplay or whatsoever, and I played it because I knew it will have HDR10+, but I just quickly played it and I was shocked from the HDR black level race. And that's why I just put it away and say, okay, I'm waiting for the official release and let's see how HDR is then. Because if they would leave it as it is just to promote HDR10+ with this ridiculous HDR black level race, it's nah. And I think it's launching in January, if I'm not wrong. I think it works better without the DS4. Then give it a try. If it works better, then don't use it. What is this? I believe an 8K TV in the future with OLED and LED lights behind the TV, in my opinion, is the future of gaming. I can't see 8K coming. Not very. And I hope they're not doing this, to be very honest. I hope at least maybe they're sticking with PlayStation 6, PlayStation 7, whatever you want to call it, still to 4K. Because I like to get out of this 30 FPS cycle. I like to get out of this. And that's the best way to do it. It's just don't change anything on the graphic settings. Leave it as it is, because we had so many great looking PlayStation 4 games. God of War, also Ratchet and Clank. So many great looking games. Gears 4 was absolutely fantastic looking. Just increase frames per second, okay? That's what I think. Hey, Quentin, how are you? Quentin McQueen. Is this your real name? This is really a cool name. Really cool. So where are you from, actually, Quentin? Hello, welcome to my channel. Hello, first comment ever, been watching you from the start. Thank you very much. Every game that comes out, I watch for your recommended HDR settings now on my new C3. Thank you for your advice. You're very, very welcome. I hope your advice, my advice actually fits your TV, but the C3 is also similar to the CX, I would say. Okay, it's a great gaming TV. I hope you have fun with the TV. Thank you very much for joining. Plus, plus rep for the Sennheiser cans. What? I don't get this. What do you mean? Sennheiser. I mean, those are Sennheiser, yeah? Are you talking about this? They're really good. Sennheiser, Epos, whatever. Can't remember, but they're really good. I like them. Again, if you have a question, queue in front, please, because then it's so much easier for me. I think sales. GTA needs sales and console player. Pay more at launch. PC port need maybe more polish. I mean, same happened with GTA 5 or 8, Red Dead Redemption, yeah. I don't know why a PC. I see the problem is with PC ports. But I don't understand this. So let's say like this. We have on the PC, the problem, of course, is we have a million of different CPUs and GPUs and combinations like that. But I don't understand why this is a problem in terms of performance. Because if they, let's say, polishing a game on the PC on, let's say on a 4080, you know, and they're maxing this out that a 4080 gets used as good as possible, then you would think that even a 4090, there's no more polishing needed because it's just a step above. When even on AMD, you know, it's just, that's what I think. So maybe I'm wrong. But of course, it's much easier to just focus on a console because there's just one hardware solution. Much, much easier. I found out that HDR10 Plus works on Amazon Prime on my PlayStation 5. Maybe then it's not needed to be supported on console. It only needs to be picked up from app to TV. Really? I need to think about this. Really? Maybe. Really? Maybe. I don't know. I would need to try this actually. I would need to try this. Would you recommend I play my games on my PC or PlayStation 5 for performance and visuals? My specs are Ryzen 5 7G. See, it's very hard to recommend something like that. I'm not quite sure what the 5700G is in terms of processor, but the 67XT should be a little bit better than the PlayStation 5, in my opinion. If I'm not if I'm not maybe mistaking this with a different GPU, but I can't tell you. It's really hard. So in general, the PC, when you have a proper PC, offers a better performance and visual quality than a console. That's how it is, you know, especially with DLSS and FSR nowadays, you know, you can get just better performance out of PC games, you know. But it's very hard for me to recommend anything because it depends also on the game, you know. It really. Ultron, hey. Hi guys, of course it will be only 30 FPS plus ray tracing on console. PS5 is weak system. And not just the PS5, also the Xbox. So when we're talking about this, I'm not expecting that it runs better on the Xbox. So and weak system, again, we need to consider the price range. It's not weak for the price range because I'm very sure it's very hard to find for 750 Australian dollars just put together a PC which is on the same level as the PlayStation 5 then. It's not that simple. It's not that easy, to be very honest. Yes, I know. 4090s are crazy expensive in Australia. I know. That's why I decided to go with a 4080. But from a performance point of view and looking at my YouTube channel and stuff like that, I regret now not buying a 4090, but $1,000 more. Bloody hell, that's just, it's not just around GPUs and whatsoever. And believe me, I'm not playing games nowadays anyway. I hardly have time. So, and even you have time, sometimes I just like to sit on the couch and just don't do anything. It's just, oh my goodness, really. It's annoying, really. Now I have more money because I'm working hard, can afford all this stuff, and I don't have time anymore. Back then, when I was 15, 16, I had so much time, but no money. So that doesn't work. That's just wrong. You should have, when you're young, you should have money. And then when you're old, you still should have money. You know what I mean? So, bloody hell. Remember when you could buy the fastest GPU for only $500 a year? Oh my God. It's 20 years ago, huh? Oh my God, yeah. But it was always expensive for me. You know what I mean? It's still expensive for me because, again, $3,000 for a GPU. I mean, that's the high-end GPU. I get this, okay? But on the other hand, if you like to play in 4K and you say you don't need to play in 4K, I get this. I fully understand this, but I like to play in 4K because I have a bloody great TV here in my back. That's why I like to play in 4K with a high resolution, high refresh rate. And of course, you would need a 4090 or a 4080 minimum. Yeah. You regret 4090 when 5,000? Yeah, of course. It's always the same. That's the problem, yeah. But I always keep my last GPUs. I always have actually 2 or 3 PCs. Yeah, not for. It's just because you're not getting the money back what you spend. So I rather keep the PCs and using it for whatever, give it into my kids or whatsoever, than selling it, because you're not getting the money back what you put in. But I always actually use then my 4080 when the 5000 series is going to be released. I will put my 4080 in this PC and have my latest one in this one. I have, don't know when this gets released anyway. 4080 is fine. I have it too. It is absolutely fine. Let's be honest. You would want to upgrade to 5000 series anyway next year. I don't have money for this at the moment, to be very honest. No money at all. Question. Hi, greetings from Germany. Person took with waving. Okay. This is really interesting. That bloody StreamYard actually can't show the emojis. I'm actually interested, just quickly, if, you know what, takes too long. If the emojis can be shown on YouTube, actually. Can you see the emojis? Because here, person, turquoise, waving. Okay, anyway, glaubst du, es wird GTA 6 noch auf CD geben? Nein. This is Alexander. Okay. So he's asking if I think that GTA 6 will have a physical release. So Baldur's Gate is having a physical release, okay? The collector's edition. Or there was a CD inside, and I missed to buy it. I'm such an idiot, really. I'm such an idiot. There was the collector's edition or whatever you want to call it, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to buy it. It was just available in Europe from Larian Studios, but they would ship to Australia. Shipping almost more expensive than the whole collector's edition, but doesn't matter. I'm a huge fan of the game. Just get it, okay? And then sold out. Why? I don't know. And now you can get the stuff on eBay for wow. Of course, yeah. But that's a good question. Do we think that GTA 6 will have a physical release? That's actually really a good question. I don't know. I don't know. The worst part on digital versions is actually that here in Australia, digital versions are more expensive than physicals. I'm not kidding. And I said this already many, many times in videos and streams. That's how it is. Ask any other Australian. You go to the PlayStation shop, you go to the Xbox shop, to the online shop, and you pay more, $10, $20 more for a digital version compared to the physical version at JB Hi-Fi or whatsoever. eBay games is also a little bit always a little bit more expensive, $10 roughly. This is what I don't get. Why should I pay for a digital version more money than a physical? If they turn off the server, if I lose my account or whatever, then all the games are gone. I don't like this. I really don't like it. Can you make a video explaining PT2020 and S95C if it is worse for gaming mode? So I'm using the PT2020 mode with recommended settings from Glassy. So he actually calibrated the TV and PT2020. So you have to change a lot of settings, because if you just change actually to PT2020, then we have the Quantum TV picture. Everything is absolutely vivid. It's absolutely not nice at all. You need to change a lot of settings, not just reducing the colors itself. So you also have to change the whole color management to make sure that you're not outside a couple of that you're not oversaturating red, let's say, for an example. Yeah, but I'm using BT 2020 right now, to be very honest. So with Classy's recommendations, I have no chance to actually measure the S95C on my own, because I don't have a spectroradiometer. I just have a colorimeter, and it doesn't work because of the pixels, how they actually show the light and stuff like that. I can't measure this with my very cheap one. Okay, so console September 2013 and PC so a year later. A year later it was, okay. Well, we have so crazy wind at the moment. All my stuff outside is flying around. I hope it's still there in the morning. Anyway, I will be fine with 40 FPS in third person. In general, or just with GTA? Oh, yes, okay. GTA 1 came out on MS-DOS and later on PlayStation 1, okay. Oh my god, I know I played this game. And it was such a... I just killed people there. I just drove over people, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. And from Brisbane, another Aussie fan. Hey, thank you very much here. Yeah, tomorrow, work day. It's not nice. MS-DOS, my goodness. MS-DOS 6.22. I think we had 3 disks. You don't remember. You're not old enough. Most of you are not old enough. But you actually installed the operating system from disks, not CDs, disks, okay? Hark, TZ. 30 FPS is a joke nowadays, especially with big OLED TVs. They're looking just terrible. Yes, thank you very much. Wouldn't play any game anymore in 30 FPS, not even if forced. It just isn't fun. Yeah, correct. That's why. So I did my analyze in terms of performance for Avatar on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox, and I was almost sure that I'm doing the 30 FPS mode as well, but then I played it because I'm doing all my testing here and here and here, and I said no, I'm not doing this. It's just the 60 FPS mode is on a very good level in my opinion. Yes, we have frame drops, but we can use VRR. Probably on the PlayStation 5 it's a little bit more complicated to stay in the VRR range, but it will work. Okay, so VRR will do the job and you can enjoy it with a higher refresh rate, higher frames per second without any stuttering. So that's why I decided no, I'm not including the 30 FPS mode in my video, and I will not do this in future videos as well, to be very honest. Unless it's GTA 6 and there's just one mode, of course. But why would you do then performance video? It doesn't make sense. To show 30 FPS doesn't make sense. In my opinion, a Rec 79 looks better than did I miss any? The other gamma mode on TV, but then again, that's on my TV. Gamma 2.20, Rec 20 looks too bright, and gamma. Oh, I don't get this. Maybe that's because of your TV or whatsoever. So gamma and Rec 2020 doesn't make sense. So I can just say on the S95C with proper calibrated PT 2020 color space, it looks absolutely fantastic. There's no problem. Daniel, how are you? Are you good? I agree with you that it's better to have a 60 FPS as mandatory, and after that, just set graphics that are good enough. Yeah, I think so. We should move away from 30 FPS, focus on 60 FPS, and then build the game around. That's what I think. Rockstar knows what they're doing. They're trying to sell the game twice to the same people. Unfortunately, the people owing a powerful PC, it's for people owing a power. It's very annoying. Yes, I know. Yeah, and you're right. That's what is going to be happen because I will buy the game on the PlayStation 5, Xbox to compare. Okay, and then of course I will go and buy the game on the PC to compare. But that's how it is with all the releases. Huh? So if you like to compare games, if you like to play all the different versions, you have to buy them. So, hey, which color covers you own for your PlayStation 5? I have a black one, which is here with, just give me a second. That's with extra, don't fall. It's this one here with extra exhaust here. I don't know if this is actually, yeah, if you should do this or not, but that's, I have also the normal white ones. I never bought any pink or whatsoever or red or whatsoever. What you want to call? What do you want to buy? Can you buy now? I just stick to black. I like black. It's very. It fits perfect in my to my other stuff. That's what I have. I know there are a million others now. This one was no, the one what I bought back then was one of the first ever released ones, but not with the fan exhaust. Not sure if this is not really necessary. They are not getting actually the PlayStation 5 is getting really hot on the back where the HDMI cable is connected. Actually, but I'm not sure if this is a problem because nowadays, I mean, come on, the AMD CPUs hovering around 100 degrees, when you play games. They can hover around 100 degrees without any problem. That's just normal nowadays. Ultron, hey guys, of course it will be only 30 FPS. We had this already, sorry. I answered this already. PlayStation 5 and Xbox are weak when you just compare this to a high-end PC. But when you look at the price difference between high-end PC and PlayStation 5, Xbox, then I would say they're offering a lot for the price. Absolutely a lot. What do you think about PlayStation 5 Slim? I heard it a bit louder because the split between the covers. I even don't care because it's the same system. It's just absolutely the same. There's no difference about the design. That's why I didn't even consider 1 minute to buy one. There's no point to buy one if you have already one. But I don't know. If it is louder, then that's not a good thing because you don't want this. I think next gen Nintendo console will support HDR because Steam Deck OLED has HDR on it. Yeah, but Nintendo doesn't care about what other, and Nintendo is Nintendo, as soon the Switch 2 is released, they can't produce enough, It's not comparable with anything else because we know Nintendo is making great games. It's not about graphic with Nintendo because that's how it is, I personally have really an issue with playing actually Zelda. I know this game is great and really surprised that didn't it win anything in the Games Award? Anything? No, nothing. Was surprised about that actually. But I can't play it because of the graphics. I try to, here's my Switch connected to the OLED TV. And I don't know when the last time I had the Switch on because the problem is really 30 FPS with under 700p resolution on an OLED TV. It's just, it doesn't work anymore. Complete different story when you play on the Switch itself. It's a complete different experience. But then, I'm sorry. It's waiting for the Switch 2. And I hope that maybe the Switch 2 is backwards compatible with all the old games and you can play them now with a higher resolution and more FPS. This would be fantastic. Oh my God. This would be great. PlayStation 5 is incredible for 500 euros and more than enough for a majority of people. Absolutely. Absolutely. rumors for Switch 2 is that it will be as powerful as the PlayStation 4. Okay, this is, when you just think about that, that's not a big news. But then, of course, you need to consider, wow, we're talking about a handheld. Okay, this would be crazy. So let's say 1080p resolution, 60 FPS. Okay, don't start with 4K, whatever. But the Switch 2 has DLSS on board. That's what I heard. So it would be absolutely fine. 480p 120 FPS mode for GTA 6. 480p is a little bit harsh, to be very honest. Absolutely. I'm happy with 720 and 60 FPS. I always played on PC, but an Xbox PlayStation 5 is about the same price as high-end graphic cards. No, it's not about the same price. It's much, much lower. So because because that's the problem. So nowadays a high-end graphic card for me is a 4070, 4080, 4090. Everything else is an average graphic card, and even those graphic cards are sometimes more expensive than a PlayStation 5 or Xbox. So it is a little bit out of control when it comes to PC hardware, in my opinion. PS5 is also hassle-free. Dead Space still stutters on PC, but fixed on PlayStation 5. So the other day I played, yes, you're right, I played on the PC, on the PlayStation 5. Dead Space, yeah. It's actually pretty good. I haven't played it on the PC. It's still stuttering sometimes. I know there was the problem with, because the VRAM was overflowing or something like that. And I don't know, that's sometimes very, very bad. Then it starts to stutter, but it should be fixed by now. Ja, Spider-Man 2 is a good game, aber man spielt es einmal durch und dann hat man es gesehen, ja. That's correct, yeah. So Spider-Man is you play it once, you know. And again, even I'm not the biggest fan of Spider-Man, but I admit it's a great looking game. It's absolutely fluent. The performance mode, what we have, wow, great. You know, up to 100 FPS or whatsoever. Really great. But compared this with Baldur's Gate, and it's not comparable because we're talking about two complete different games. It's not even comparable. But when you just look at the feature, how many hours you can play a game, how many possibilities you have, the character design and stuff like that. When we compare this, then come on, Baldur's Gate is a complete different level. Even in my opinion, it's not comparable, you know, but maybe you can compare. What can you compare on Baldur's Gate? Gameplay, how many hours you can play Baldur's Gate? It's just the options on Baldur's Gate are so much more than in any other game. You know what I mean? But you need to like the game. It's many people don't like games like that. People shouldn't compare a $500 console to a 30. Yeah, absolutely correct. But that's what people are doing, unfortunately. And that's what I don't understand, because, you know, what can you expect? And for the price for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox, they're pretty good. Bloody hell, they're absolutely fantastic. You know, and when you have the exclusive games like Ratchet and Clank, and that's for me still one of the best looking games when it comes to console games. Horizon Forbidden West now also absolutely fantastic. The 40 FPS mode is stunning. And HDR in this game, both games, is absolutely wow. When you look at this, what you get here from first party games on a $750 Australian dollar system, wow, that's amazing, really amazing. Oh yeah, this year was crazy. Zelda, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy. Okay, Zelda, I agree, it's really a great game, but I can't play it because of 30 FPS and the low resolution. Baldur's Gate for me, absolutely goatee, absolutely deserved. Final Fantasy 16, I'm not a big fan of this game at all. Absolutely not. I was actually it's for me a button smasher, but maybe I'm wrong. Mario Wonders, I haven't played this. I'm going to get this. And many smaller games, yeah. Sea of Stars, I haven't played this either, you know. But Alan Wake 2, wow. I'm still. That's a game I have to play probably over the Christmas break. And I just will play it. Maybe I will do a stream or whatever when I play this game, because it's just wow. But then I don't know how to do this actually, because I can't. Can I play it here on this PC? Probably not. Because I like to play it here then, but how can I stream then at the same time? I know how I can stream, but everything is set up here. Ah, my God, first world problems, really unbelievable. Anyway, so many games. I agree with you. So many games this year was absolutely fantastic. For Starfield. Starfield is a great game because I have seen so. It's not a game for me because you have to invest so many hours to get to some point. But I have seen videos what is possible in this game. It's unbelievable, really. And I was a little bit, yeah. It didn't get any award. I think Forza. I mean, Forza got best racing game. But what was there another racing game released this year? Really? I don't know. Because people now saying, oh, Forza won a racing game of the year, GT7 doesn't. Hello, it's for the year. Yeah, GT7 wasn't released this year and it won back then as well. So I don't. Sometimes people. Anyway, Forza is a great game. Forza has absolutely great HDR, by the way. Absolutely fantastic on the spot HDR. Okay, so if you like to, yeah, have a showcase for your new TV, Forza is also a very great example in terms of the HDR implement. Okay, so we need to have two things here. HDR implementation can be on a very, very great level from a technical point of view, but then HDR impression, how they're using HDR can be a complete different story. And in this case, GT7 is actually, in my opinion, better than Forza because they're using HDR in a more aggressive way, okay, which I personally like more, okay. But that's again. Why does my TV LG C2 flicker when starting a game in HDR for a second until HDR is activated? Then it's good. I don't know why it's flickering. So on the Xbox, when I start, the Xbox desktop is always SDR. And then when you start a game and there is HDR support, it will change into the HDR picture mode. So, but this is not flickering for me. It's not flicker. It's just changing the picture. So maybe that's what you're talking about. So flickering is for me something very quick flickering. This shouldn't happen. But maybe that's try maybe a different cable, a smaller cable, a shorter cable, shorter HDMI cable. And by the way, if you have watched my video about the S95C with the HDMI cable, fiber cable, what I'm using now from this very PC here, 15 meter away to the other room, there's really literally till today no issue with 144 hertz, 4K and HDR plus VRR or G-Sync or whatsoever. No problem, not a single dropout, okay? Because people saying that it's the One Connect box. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not the One Connect box because I never had any problems with the G2 with the very same cables, okay? So there must be a difference, okay, between One Connect box and maybe the longer cable or the smaller cable, what you have, and the G2 where there is not much of cables needed. You know what I mean? So not saying this, but again, with the fiber cable, what I bought, there's no problem anymore. Okay. So if you're experiencing some flickering issues whatsoever, and even you have just a 3-meter cable, try a fiber cable. But don't do it, bend it like crazy. Okay. Do me the favor. Don't do it. It will not survive. Oh, sorry, I missed that again. Sorry, Kiop. Sorry for that. Thank you very much for the super chat. Why is Sony so slow with their ports to PC? Oh, there's nothing to do with slow. That's what's the right word? That's business. That's how it is. You know what I mean? They're waiting for the right moment. When they see that the sales may be dropping for the PlayStation 5 or whatsoever, then they're starting to think about making the port. Has nothing to do that they're slow. They release the next Ratchet and Clank game. They can release this on the very same day on the PC as well, if they want to. Will never happen. Because then, if this is happening, that Sony will release, let's say, a Jack and Dexter game for the brand new PlayStation 6. And I will buy 2 PlayStation 6 if they have Jack and Dexter installed, pre-installed. But if they would release the very same game on the PC on the very same day, I would not buy a PlayStation. That's how it is. And that's what Sony knows. They would not sell that many PlayStations anymore. I don't play games for frame rate or graphics. Those are nice bonuses and can immerse me, but at the end, I play games to have fun. Switch, PS5, high-end PC are all great to me. Not FPS resolution. Yeah, okay, but it's not that simple in my opinion. I get where you're coming from. You're talking about gameplay, and I fully agree with you. What even a game has 8K resolution, best graphical quality. If the game is crap, then you don't want to play it. But the problem what I have is that I can't enjoy games with 30 FPS, 30 FPS anymore. Not 30, 30. Oh my god, it's so hard. Let's say 40. It's much easier to say. I can't enjoy it anymore with 30 FPS. It is not possible. You know, that's the problem. And I don't care about much about resolution. Okay? Because again, as soon you start playing a game, you can't really see the details they put in. Okay. So it's the same with Avatar. Again, Avatar, if you have a 4080, 4090 on a PC, get this game on a PC. It's a showcase what is possible with a great engine and ray tracing and stuff like that. And even HDR is actually not on a bad level. It's not the best implementation or not the best impression of HDR, but it's good. But as soon you start playing the game, you can't focusing on all this great details. You know, you have to stop and you have to admire your surrounding actually in the game to really see how much work they actually put in this game. It's unbelievable. Avatar, in my opinion, and it's really interesting that they're releasing this late in the year. So how can it be best looking game 2023? It's not possible. So can it be nominated for next year? Avatar? Or how does it work with nominations? I really don't know. 10 p.m. where I locate Adelaide, South Australia. It's 11:45 now. And usually I'm stopping my stream around 2 hours, okay? Oh, okay, here. No, I mean peak brightness in HDR. Do you put it in 2018? Oh, just put it to 2000, okay? Just don't bother anymore. Put it to 2000 because the next thing is we have probably 10 games which are supporting this HDR slider. So don't even bother too much about this one. But put it to 2000, okay? Are you going to cover EA, the racing game, the off-road rally game? HDR menu seems really frustrating with limited options. I know. I really don't know. That's not on my list at all. I didn't even know that this was released, to be very honest. Not a big fan anymore from the. Is it good? I was a big fan of the VLC games at some point, but nah. I very much doubt GTA 6 will be 30 FPS. I think the only way it will be is if our PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X2, and they get 60 FPS with standards, getting only, yep, okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Standard PlayStation 5, we will have 30 FPS, and maybe with the PlayStation 5 Pro, we have 60. You can probably pay a monthly fee to unlock 60 FPS on GTA 6. Okay, that's no. I'm pretty sure I would do that actually. I would. Come on, no, don't, Rockstar, no, don't do this. Okay, don't even think about this. Oh my God, can you imagine that's a new option to make money? You know, you have a base game, $69. With a 30 FPS mode, and then for just a monthly fee of $12.99, you can have 4K and 60 FPS. Oh, wow. Oh my God. This is not good. 1080T released in 2017 for $700. Inflation can't be that high. No, it's not inflation. It's they're getting greedy. And people like me, they're so stupid and paying the price. Yeah. I'm part of the stupid people that are paying so much money for a graphic card. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm better, but you're right. 1080T was back then the graphic card, $700. And now how much you pay? So this is Australia, or no? That's a US, or? But I agree. It's just I think GTA will get a physical release, maybe 2 discs, maybe. Red Dead Redemption has also 2 discs. You know, one install and one play disc. Rockstar is a big company, will definitely have a physical release. Yeah, okay. I hope so. But on the other hand, I would like to know how much it actually cost them to make something like that. Because that's the only reason why companies are not doing physical releases anymore, to save money, you know, which is a very bad thing. And I don't know how old you're all people. I just put in the chats, how old are you? Because I really like to know. I'm 45, okay? So I grew up with a Commodore 64, Amiga 500, and I bought actually Civilization 1, the very first Sid Meier's Civilization for the PC. And the book was like this. I'm not kidding, you know. And I bought Das Schwarze Auge. What is the name in English? It's not the Black Eye. It's not one-to-one translated. Anyway, there was a role play game back then, similar to, or not similar, but one of the very first role play games, and there was with a real map. And the map actually had some structures on. So no, it was not just a map, but the map was structures, textured. You know what I mean? So the mountains were a little bit higher on the map, very slightly higher and stuff. It was amazing. This was amazing back then. What you got for your money, and it was not much more expensive than nowadays, I would say. You know what I mean? Wow, absolutely amazing. But no, that's, I don't know. Digital is just crap in my opinion. To be very honest, it's just not good, because as soon they turning off the server, and this is also the thing we need to. So I don't know how the law is here in Australia, but in Germany it's very clear. If you buy something, it's yours. And they said already that it is not so easy in Germany actually to say that let's say PlayStation is banning you because you're doing something, whatever, and you can't access your account anymore. You will lose all your games. That's not as simple in Germany. You can't just do this because you paid a lot of money for this. Even you did something which is against the rules or whatsoever, they can't just get rid of your games. You know, I don't know how the rules here. And this is one of the fears I have actually. What is if you get hacked? You lose your account and stuff like that. It's just gone. You know, if you have the physical copies, what I have here, you get hacked. Okay, you get hacked. You lose your save games. Bloody hell. Okay, you install the game again on a new account. Doesn't matter, really. So that's why no. Yeah. So I'm playing actually almost everything on 4K, even Alan Wake 2. I'm just reducing the settings a little bit because I like the higher resolution over some details. Because again, as soon you actually play the game, you can't see the fine details anymore. You know, I rather have a little bit of a higher resolution. And yes, DLSS is absolutely a game changer. Francis Burke, been watching you from the start, got you an Uncharted Steam key. Oh, I remember you. Thank you very much. And you did a great review on it. Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah. This was great. Thank you very much. This is really great support. Again, thank you very much, Francis. I remember you. And yeah, Uncharted has actually really great HDR, but I think back then I haven't had all the tools what I'm using right now. So this is something really I need to at some point maybe revisiting some games, because of course now I know much more, and now of course you can rely on some tools as well, not just on your eyes and some measurements with a colorimeter, which are not very accurate, to be very honest. Yeah, thank you very much again. Thank you very much for being here, actually. Thanks. Really great. Yeah, of course, on PC, it's just digital. That's I know this. And to be very honest, it's weird because it doesn't even bother me too much. But you know what the difference is? The main difference is that on Steam, where you buy games, or Epic Store, whatever you play, it is not that expensive, or not more expensive than if you would buy back then. You would have the physical release, back then I mean. So, but again, now on the PlayStation 5 in Australia, the physical version release is cheaper than the digital version on the PlayStation or Microsoft Store. So that's why I don't like it. No, I actually I didn't watch it live because I had to work, you know. And I was like, I was really pissed, because I'm on a point, and I'm just looking at the number at the moment, 75 viewers. Thank you so much actually for joining in, and I hope you enjoy this. Um, with my great GTA in the background. I hope I'm not getting sued by Rockstar. Anyway, different story. Thank you very much. 78. We had almost 100 today. 99. I was anyway, different story. But hey, Game Awards was in here in Australia around, when was it? 11 a.m. in the morning, and I had to work, and I was really pissed because I would love to do a live stream and watching and commenting at the same time. I would love to do that, but I couldn't do it because I had to work. So I was really very disappointed actually. But that's how it is, That's how it is, and it will be like for this in the future as well, because all the Game Awards and whatsoever, and all the stuff is live in the US, and then of course because of the time difference and stuff like that, it's ja, of course. Kann man jetzt noch nicht sagen, wie es laufen wird, aber meine Befürchtungen sind halt, dass es nur 30. Ja, ja, das sowieso. Auf dem PC wird es ohne Limit laufen, aber vielleicht erst 1 Jahr oder 2 Jahre später. Das weiß man halt auch nicht. Let's go from Brisbane as well. 5 a.m. start tomorrow. No, that's not. I'm getting up 6:30. Okay, 5 a.m. What are you doing, Beetle Burper? Beetle Burper. What are you doing? What is your profession? I would like to know. 5 a.m. is very early. So what are you doing? He is wrong. Xbox 360 2013. Xbox. Oh, so it's 2 years actually. Ah, right. There was the PlayStation 3, then PlayStation 4, and then PC. So 2 years later, actually. I don't want to wait again 2 years then. Bloody hell. I mean, don't get, but it's a long time, 2 years. I'm already 45. So did actually anyone put his age in? No. Okay. Then I'm the only one who. I just like to know your age, because I like to know if you can remember the good old times when we played, Pong or something like that, or a Sega Master System, Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Does anyone remember this? No? No? Just me? I don't know what the frame rate was back then, but it was not fast. Really not, actually. Oh my god, this was times, huh? Rockstar Game hat immer die Hardware gepusht. 30 FPS sind ziemlich sicher, weil Rockstar, ja. Yeah, and that's actually good. We need to have games also that pushing the hardware, that we have better hardware at some point. You know what I mean? So I'm very sure actually the companies working together, to let's see, Nvidia says, hey, come on, make a little bit more graphical fidelity, so that even a 4090 is struggling, because we like to sell the 5090 at some point. I'm very sure they're talking about this stuff. Okay, that's not even conspiracy theory. That's business. Okay, that's how it is. I would do exactly the same. I would, if I would own AMD or Nvidia, I would go to Rockstar Games and say, hey, I need a game which is pushing the 4090 to the extremes limits, because I have a new graphic card on the start. I like to sell it. That's how it is. Yeah. One up world. Hey, how are you today? A lot of people say they don't like 30 FPS because too much input lag. But my problem is actually a stuttering picture when you move the camera. Exactly the same. So it's not about input lag, to be very honest, because that's not my problem. It's really about the stuttering picture when you move the camera. That's really. Digital prices more expensive because they know people who don't want the inconvenience will pay more and don't care about the price. When things go all digital, like PC prices will be similar to PC. I hope you're right. But it's still, just explain it to me. How can it be? It can't be. So how can a physical release with disk, with shipping and stuff like that be more cheaper than a digital? It's I get it. They're just increasing the price. It's just overpriced on the PlayStation 5 store and Microsoft store in Australia. I'm not saying somewhere else. Will you be upgrading to the 5090? Probably, because at some point I'm doing more and more PC stuff as well, which I like. But to keep up with other channels, you need to have the latest hardware. That's how it is, you know? Probably right, yeah. You're dead right. Got pre-order of Avatar game from JB Hi-Fi for $89. Play Store is 110. I hope the current lawsuit. Oh, there's a lawsuit. Is it targeting the PlayStation and Microsoft stores? Because this is really $89. You know, if it would be the same price, even then I would complain, because it is not the same. It's digital. You don't get anything. You don't get anything. And what we need to consider, what I'm doing sometimes when I'm short of money, and this is not just once a year, because I'm buying so much game, I have to buy so much stuff, you know, I'm selling my games. That's what I'm doing. You can't do this with digital versions. So I'm going to EB Games, trade a couple of games in, and get a new one. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. So it should be cheaper. Digital should be $10 cheaper. Even then, I would buy physical, to be very honest. Okay. Zelda won Best Action Adventure. Okay. Absolutely deserved. No question about that. Absolutely deserved. Great game. See, I'm not picking up with the comments. I'm very sorry for that. And again, if you have a question, put a Q in a front. That's absolutely fine. What is this here? On the front, you spend more on PC, but over time, you would spend more on consoles. Okay, PC games are much cheaper. No online paywall. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a thing. I actually quit my subscription from PlayStation Plus because it's just not worth it, in my opinion. To be very honest, I don't need the online features. I don't need cloud saving. To be very honest, I don't need this. And the games, what you get at some point, what you can play, I have them already. I have all of them. You know, I don't know if there was any game one release on the PlayStation Plus subscription at some point, like we have on Game Pass sometimes, like Forza. You know, is there something Starfield, something like that? You know, but sorry for that, but in this case, Game Pass is much better than a PlayStation Plus subscription. Let me just catching up. Phoenix, hey, how are you? I'm very good. How are you? I hope you're fine. They will never fix Dead Space on PC. Still have terrible traverse status everywhere. Okay. I haven't played it since ages, but Dead Space is also. I mean, there's so many games, really. So many games I like to play, but really, I like to start again with Baldur's Gate 3. And why I like to start again is because I don't know where I am. And again, Baldur's Gate is not a game what you can play just for half an hour, because it takes already an hour to sort your inventory. You know, that's how it is. And to make sure you have the best weapon equipped, or you know, that's a game for hours. You sit there, you start 6 p.m. and you go to bed 2 a.m. and then you just, I don't know, sorted out your characters. That's why this game is Game of the Year, because you get sucked into this game. The same like Alan Wake 2. I was like, wow, this is really great. Not just from the optical and the visual quality, also from the gameplay, from what happened and stuff like that. And I need to play this, really. I really need to play this. I think I will buy a cheap LED for 30 FPS lock games. Yeah, why not? Why not? It's definitely better than on an OLED screen. Absolutely. That's how it is. Is Forza the best first game to show off my OLED HDR to friends? No. Then you should try Ori. Ori, Will of the Wisps, I think. That's a great HDR. Absolute fantastic HDR. Cyberpunk, also great HDR. No doubt about that. Gears 5. So, I mean, we're talking right now Forza. We're talking about Xbox. Or do you have PlayStation as well? Because then if you have PlayStation, then we have Horizon Forbidden West. We have Ratchet and Clank and many, many more. But Forza is not the first game I would show. You know, HDR is okay in this game, but it's not like, wow, we'll get like a Dragon Ninja as well. Absolutely fantastic HDR. Crazy good. Let me just catch up again. Final Fantasy 16 just released new patch. Can you check it? Thank you. What is the patch about? Performance, HDR, what is the patch about? I'm not aware of this, to be very honest, that there was a new patch. But I'm not sure if I have time to revisit. I really like to do the next video. What I like to do is, the next video, what I like to do is Red Dead Redemption 2 with all my tools, what I'm using right now, okay? I know I made already a couple of HDR analyze video for this game, but I never used actually the Lilium's HDR analyzer for this and stuff like that. And I never used actually my S95C to analyze the game. You know, so that's what I like to do next. Let's get rid of this guy. Good. Ich muss offline. Alles Gute. Vielen Dank. Bye-bye. Servus. Okay, yeah, a couple of. Okay, wait. We have now. Oh, Daniel's in the house. Hey, Daniel, my brother, how are you? Coming from a title at this point, we need PlayStation 5 Pro 30 FPS. No, we don't need. We need a PlayStation 5 Pro for 60 FPS, Daniel. We hate 30 FPS on this channel, okay? All of us, without any exceptions. Okay? No, I really don't like it anymore. Full stop. And we have now a couple of numbers. 43, Durance Power. So we are old people. 28, oh my goodness. You have no idea what we're talking about here. No, okay. I'm just kidding around. You know this, okay? I'm just really like to know how old my audience is actually, because I grew up really with the I grew up when it started. I have to admit that I think that in terms, and just think about this for 1 second. There are times in history when things are getting invented and they are changing everything. So I was there, and I was not just there. I had one of the first CD players, you know, portable CD players, you know, which was terrible because you had this CD rotating, and as soon you shook it, it stopped playing. But I had this. I had the mini disc player from Sony, mini disc, you know. Are they still around actually, mini disc? I don't know. Mini disc was already much better than the CDs because shake free. The first portable Game Boy Advance, not Game Boy, Game Boy. I was there when Game Boy was released. I played Game Boy. Amiga 500, Atari ST. One of the first PCs, 8086 with monochrome, black and yellow-ish screen. My dad bought this back then. And we played a game called Cat or whatever, where you can jump on a fence and into windows and whatsoever. I can't remember. And so many other things, you know. I grew up, I think, in a time where they invented like crazy stuff. So now, of course, we're getting every 4 or 5 years a PlayStation, a new one. But I was there. I was able to play when I was, I don't know how old I was, 15, 16, 17, when the PlayStation was released, okay? So there was nothing like that before. And Sega Master System, okay, I was there as well. We had the Sega Master System at home. We had the Atari VC 7800, where I had this tennis play with the two, just this bloody ball bouncing, you know. That's what I grew up with. So I was born actually at the exact same time, right time, to experience all the great inventions. I think so. Because nowadays, to be very honest, we're getting now a phone. Yes, every year the bloody new phone. It's nothing new. So what is the new stuff? What we're getting? So that's where I'm coming from. That's why I like to know how old you are. We have Daniel with 30. Are you really 45? Yes, I am really 45. I'm not kidding. No way. You look like 35. Thank you very much. But I am really 45 years old. Gamer within 30. The dark eye. Is it really the dark eye? Really translated 1-to-1. So we're talking about the schwarze Auge, the dark eye. I played this the very first time on the Amiga, I think. It was fantastic. The sound, oh my god, the sound in Riva was the city called. Oh my god, the soundtrack from this game back then, unbelievable. But we actually, the loading times, we actually had more loading screens than playtime, to be very honest. Oh, yeah, back then, yes. Damn good hairline for 45. Thank you very much. I have nice hair. And you know what the best thing is? I have a younger brother. He is almost blank. You know? What is the right word? He's bald. Bald. He is almost bald. So I'm so happy I have my hair from my mom. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. 33. 42. Did you have Commodore? Yes, I had it. Yeah, load 8.8 star whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we had this. You know, you have no idea. Oh my god, this was times. You know, you had to move the data set. That's what was the name from this one. It was a cassette. You know, with the information on it. You know, and you had to I don't know what the name is, but you have to fast forward to 35 or whatever, and then you have to play and load, and oh my god, and then half an hour later the first pixel were up. Took 30 minutes to load the games. Oh my god, yes. We were very patient back then. Very, very patient, you know? Nowadays, I'm having in all my PCs just SSDs, and not just SSDs. Now in my latest PC, also NVM. Because that's how it is nowadays. I bought one of the first SSDs back then, and I can remember the discussion what I had with my friends, because we all were into this PC upgrading stuff. And back then there was the Western Digital, was it called the hard drive Velociraptor or whatever, the fastest hard drive what you were able to buy, not the Western Digital Black, something like that, blah 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 blah. And it was, I can't remember really what was the capacity from this, maybe 600 megabyte or whatever. I really can't remember. And there was one of the first SSDs back then with 100 megabytes. And we talk not gigabyte. I'm not kidding. You know, we're not talking gigabytes. And my friend bought this hard drive, and I bought the SSD. And it was just not maybe 10 times less capacity what I had for the same price. But I was so happy that I bought this one, because you pressed, and just a minute later, the game was loaded. And he waited 5 minutes or whatsoever. So it was really crazy. I grew up in a time where all this new stuff was invented. Summer Olympics. Oh my god, was it where you had to smash the button like crazy? Yeah. Oh yeah, or you waited and then your loading error. Yes. Oh my god. This was just crap, you know. Call in sick for next year's Game Award. So now I can't call in sick because you announced it. You know, thank you very much. I can't do it now. Atari 2600. I'm not quite sure if we had this one. We had the Sega Master System. I'm very sure about this with the data set there. Oh my god, this was unbelievable. No loading times. No loading times. Click. That's it. 30. Yeah, we had this already. I think 30, 43. Okay, wait. Where have we new? I'm 31 and remember playing the N64 and then the OG. Oh my god, Nintendo 64 was already old, you know? Really. I remember N64. I never had the N64. I think I had the Super Nintendo, not the Nintendo 64. What? No, Nintendo 64 was Star Fox. Huh? Then I had this console. I'm very sure about this now. Anyway, now this was just, oh my God. I still have my original Xbox. Really? Bloody hell. Don't sell it, okay? Don't give it away. As 30-year-old, it was PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64 in my times, yeah. Oh, fellow neighbor from Perth, Western Australia. Hey, how are you? That's great. Oh my God. You know what I found back then? Was it PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2? The best game what I played back then was Formula 197. I think it was PlayStation 1. And can you remember the Neckcon controller? So this controller where you hold it like this and you do this, you can actually tilt it or whatever you want to call this, and you can for racing games. Can you remember this Neckcon? I'm pretty sure it was called Neckcon. This was so precise to get the cars around the track. It was unbelievable. I was so much better with this one than my friends with the steering wheel. Bloody hell, this was good times. And I played Broken Sword. Broken Sword, the first part on the PlayStation 1. I'm pretty sure it was everything PlayStation 1. Bloody hell, I love this game. Bloody hell was the loading times annoying on this game. Oh my goodness. If Alan Wake 2 was physical, I would have played and finished already. Okay, you should play it now, anyway. You know, it's there will be no physical release probably. HCLBN, hey, how are you? People that say 30 FPS consistently is just fine for 2023 never experienced what 60 FPS is like or higher than that, nor newer owned a gaming PC. Probably you're right. Yeah, try Baldur's Gate 3, but it's just so slow I can't get into it, okay? Probably gonna try again, though, cause it gets so much praise. Yeah, but look, just because other people like the game, maybe it's not for you. It's nothing bad about it. I have so many friends that don't like Civilization or Anno 1800. They don't like this game. I love the games. I love Civilization. I love Anno 1800. I really like Baldur's Gate 3. Other people like Final Fantasy 16, and I think no, that game is not for me. Sorry, it's not a bad thing. We don't need to like all the same stuff. It would be very boring if we would do that, because we wouldn't have Twitter. You know, we wouldn't have X if everybody just likes the same thing. You know, there wouldn't be a need for X for Twitter. Oh my God. Oh yeah, Ghost of Tsushima looks amazing in HDR. Fully agree. Maybe that's also something what I should revisit at some point. Yes. Just way too much things to do. What is this? Look, I'm a big 60 FPS supporter for me games, but I'd argue that GTA 6 is going to be so breathtaking that 30 FPS won't matter, okay? I was mad that Red Dead Redemption wasn't updated for 60, but you get used to the 30. Yeah, you can get used to it, but it's still not a great experience. And I don't understand why it's not updated yet. Somebody reported new Final Fantasy 16 patch already fix FPS issue, but I want you to double check it. If I find time, then I will have a look on it. But I don't know, actually. It's not a high priority for me at the moment, to be very honest. But let's see. How is the Samsung S95C? It's a fantastic TV. That's how it is. And I do not regret to buy it. I using it on a daily basis, the same as the LG G2 here. So that's the G2. That's not the S95C, okay? The S95C is in my living room, cinema room, whatever you want to call this, with the big speakers, you know, where you can enjoy movies, you know. The little speakers here and on the corners here, they are fine, but they're fine, okay? I'm almost 41. I had the first Atari with Space Invaders. Oh my God, Pac-Man. Oh my God. Then Commodore 64, then Sega Mega Drive. Oh my. So who has ever played Smuggler's Run? PlayStation 2, I think. Smuggler's Run. Oh my god, I played this so many hours. I don't know why. It was a great game. Dropship. Or Chagger. I don't know. It's Yager, Chagger on the Xbox, where you fly a spaceship or whatever. No, not a spaceship. It was on Earth. Was it on Earth? But you fly something. Okay. My god, this was good games. Really. Had the wooden Atari. I didn't even know there was a wooden Atari. Would you rather play a game at 30 FPS or eat a rotten banana? That's really an interesting question. I would rather play a 30 FPS game. Yeah, that's not, it's no question. Hi, Marcus. I hope that GTA 6 has a well-developed HDR, not like Red Dead Redemption, with only one choice option, like in GTA with the logo. Yeah, let's see. I hope also, but let's see. It took Rockstar 15 years to release GTA 6 at 30 FPS. I don't believe it. Let's see. Anderson, hello and welcome. We don't know yet. I have a very bad feeling. That's all. Okay, that's all. I hope my feeling is just wrong, and we have a nice, suitable 60 FPS and of course a 30 FPS for all the cinema friends. Because it's so much more cinematic. I don't know, but what is this for bullshit? Sorry, what is cinematic on 24 frames per second? I know it's 24 frames, 30 FPS. That's cinematic, how I grew up with, but it was never good. 24 FPS was very common in cinemas, and it's still common in some cinemas and in some movies. Or is it? Yes, I think some changed to 48 frames per second whatsoever. And now 60 FPS, of course, we have. It was never good. Never good. I don't know what this kind of cinematic feeling. Bloody hell. I'm saying anything. What do you think? What do you think about of Red Dead Redemption? One of the best games you can play. If you like the setting, because you have to play in the Wild West. No, Wild West. In the Wild West, in Western, not Western Australia, you get my point. If you like the setting, then it's one of the best games you can ever play. That's how it is. Sharpness in TV, Samsung S95B. What do you mean? Sharpness. How sharp the TV is or the setting? So on the PC, if you use a PC on the S95C and you use the PC mode, it has to be 10, I think, the sharpness. But for all the other stuff, it has to be 0 because otherwise you're over sharpening. Smuggler's Run was developed by Rockstar. That's why I played it like crazy, because it was that was the first GTA. What? Really? I didn't know this. It was a fantastic game. Fantastic game. I'm hoping for GTA 6 to have a 40 FPS, 120 Hertz mode. Yes, this would be the sweet spot, actually. I remember buying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Commodore 64. Oh my god, disappointed. It was nothing like the arcade games. Okay. Yeah, okay. Movies look like shit with more than no. It depends on the movie, okay? Don't get me wrong. No, it's not. No, I don't think so. No, not all movies are 24 FPS. No, they're not making all the movies anymore with 24 FPS. That's not true, huh? No. I don't think so. It's okay. We will be too distracted by the pretty woman to notice the 30 FPS. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What pretty woman? Where is she? Where is she? Is she coming soon? Where is she? Not she. Where is she? Have you heard about this Joker guy? He wants to have 2 million from Rockstar. This guy who copied his face from the DC comics, I think it was comics, huh? Where is she? She comes later. Anyway, yeah, you're right. We have a lot of, but have you seen also in terms of nudity? I think Baldur's Gate 3 is also the best. Okay, there's no doubt about that. What you can do nowadays, it doesn't matter. Okay, you know what? 2 hours and 24 minutes. That's a long stream. And I think it's enough. To be very honest, it's 11:30 here. So I have to go to work tomorrow. And that's it, actually. That's it. Was a great live stream. Great chat. Absolutely great to see you all, guys. And yeah, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very, very much for all the support. As always, great support. Without a community, it wouldn't work. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, I'm not just making this for me. I have fun to do that, but if no one would watch, I would not do it a second time. That's how it is. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this phase here. Okay. And you can also put I would like to know what to improve, as always. I like to learn, I like to improve. So if you like this format, how we're doing this, then I'm fine with that. We can continue like that. But I really like to, what I like to do is, I said this already, during the Christmas break, I like to play Alan Wake 2, at least Alan Wake 2. I like to start and finish this game. And maybe I should do a stream about this as well. Or stream, or maybe a let's play. What do you think? What do you think is better? What is the difference? The difference between let's play and stream is not a difference, but let's play I would consider is a recorded video, and you can say you can watch it anytime. A stream is live. Okay, is my. Anyway, let me know in the comment section at some point what you like to do. I'm open for everything, not everything, but most of the parts. Let me know, okay? Anyway, for today, I think it's enough, and I will just end the stream here. Thank you very much again for all the support. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you very much for all the very great questions. And yeah, I see you guys next time.